Hello everyone, welcome back to the lab. Today I'm bringing everyone a deck profile, but not for the TCG. Instead, it's for Master Duel. For someone who doesn't know, last week Master Duel has like a new update with some new packs, which included some of the new cards from one of the most broken set in TCG, Power of the Elements. Uh, Unfortunately, neither Sprite or T Elements has made into Master Duel yet, but we do have some new contender for the Master Duel format, which I built it and I had fun with it. And if you see the title, this is what I think the new Tier 0 deck in Master Duel is right now. Mathmech. For someone who's not that familiar with Mathmech, um, it's a circular. Mathmech Circular is a new card. Came out of tier Power of the Elements. Uh, it's a very broken card. However, the deck, even though it got like crazy support, it's not able to compete with other decks like the real monster in the pack, Sprite or T Elements. Um, so in TCG, we never had a time where circular can be like having a chance dominating the format because there's always tier and sprite here to stop it. However, in Master Duel, they kind of break power of the elements into, I guess, different separate updates, and then only gave us circular right now, without tier or sprite. So this is why I like on the day of the update, I immediately went into like spent all my gems into the pack, finished like crafting or the entire method that I for whatever I'm missing, and I had fun with it in the ladder. I think I had a pretty good record starting from Diamond 5. Within about like 20 games, I'm Diamond 1. I was like at about 85% win rate, yeah, on the ladder for the diamond ranking. So I guess that does tell, um, like that it does shows the strength of the Mathma deck. So without further, I guess I'll talk into the specific cards first, and a lot of my choices. So circular for whoever not really familiar, new card from Power Elements. It's a turret top. Um, for the arch side, you send a Mathema card or Mathema monster from the deck to graveyard as cost to special summon it. With a side effect, you can only attack with one monster for the rest of the turn. The side effect can come up, but not that big issue because Cybers, as a lot of people probably already familiar with, the Cybers extra that package, usually only attack with access code twice. So that's how to design it. The second effect, when another Mathema monster is being normal or special summon, you get to search a Mathema spell trap from the deck. Which there is this Mathema Super Factorial. If you don't want to read this card, a simple way to understand this is Tri Brigade Revolt for Mathmech. You revive up to 3 different Mathmech from your graveyard and exceeds with it. Pretty much it. And the other one is just a Mathema Monster Reborn. That's it. So the other Mathema Monster, like this is the only new card from Power Elements. The other one's just all from in the past. Mathema Diameter is the other important. On normal summon, you get to revive a 4 lower Cybers monster in the graveyard. And then a Mathema monster using this as Synchro or Exceed material get an Omni Negate for the rest of the turn. Once. And these two are like the key components of the deck. And that's a main way to set up your negates against your opponent. Then the rest are just like kind of extender, sort of Mathmech. Sigma is the one you're sending mainly of Circular. If you control no monster in your extra dead zone, you can spell summon from the graveyard and you lock into Cybers for extra death for the rest of the turn. Subtraction and addition are pretty much the same thing. You target a monster on the field, you boost it or drop it for 1k attack, and then spell summon it. Then you lock into Cybers for the extra deck. The extra deck is like 14 out of 15 are Cybers anyway, so the side effect really almost never come up. almost never don't matter. And then a good Cyber support, Parallel Exceed. Um, when a link summon happens, you drop it to where link arrow is pointing to, and then summon another copy. Then you can do a rank 4 play or 2 more link material. So, with the difference of, I will say, my build to other people's build is the heavy use of small world package, which not many people are using it or even using it to like extend as what I'm doing. For a small world, you kind of reveal a monster from your hand, banish it, then banish a monster from your deck, which has only exactly one of the following stats, same stat to the one you revealed. Then you search one, has exactly one of the same stat as you reviewed from the deck. It's a card that the more you read it, the more confusing you get, but it's once you get to play it, it's not that hard to understand it. There are a lot of bridges in the deck um, that pretty much made every monster searchable with each other, and that's the beauty of Small World. And the other cards is pretty generic cards: Hand Traps, Crow, Valor, Maxi, Ash, Bell, Skullmeister, Nib, and a copy of Lava Golem. So, couple hint traps that I think it's almost mandatory in Master Duel. Maxi, obviously, then Ash is mandatory to sub Maxi, and then Bell. Because the nature of Ash and Maxi constantly existing in Master Duel format, which is essentially OCG format, Call by Grave is like arguably one of the most popular cards in the game. And then Call by Grave on Super Factorial can be devastating to the game state because they not only taking away material from Super Factorial, making Laplacian not available. This is technically the Trishula you summon off Super Factorial. But also once they take away the emitter, you don't even get a negate from like Revolt technically. So having enough bells or as many bells as possible to stop call by is very essential. That's why I technically crafted all 3 of my bells when I realized, yeah, Bell is definitely the most needed card in the deck, and it's almost unavoidable. The good part, the sad part is Bell is an ultra. It does cost me a lot of like materials for ultras, which I was saving for tier and sprite. But I think it's a good long term investment, as Bell is technically a pretty decent hand trap just to have a playset of in the game. And then Valor, Crow, Meister, and Nib are the other ones. They're like not the best hand traps for the current meta in Master Duel, but they're good. They also serve as bridges for Small World, which I'm going to talk about very soon, and also a Lava Golem. So this Lava Golem is technically searchable of Small World. Well, everything is searchable with Small World. Couple really standard line is Small World review a Mathmech, like a live Mathmech from your hand. You can banish a copy of Valor to search almost a good amount of hand trap, which including Crow, Ash, Bell, Nib. So the bridge is the light attribute from Sigma connecting to the light attribute from to Valor, and then Valor as level 1 to connect to Crow, 0 attack connect to Ash Bell, and then the light attribute turn to Nib. And then a fire Mathmech can be bridged with fire Mathmech into Ash using the fire attribute, then fire into Lava Golem with only just a fire. Another way you can do is any Mathmech with Cybers into Parallel Exceed as another Cybers, then Parallel Exceed as level 8 into Lava Golem. So yeah, as you can see, there's like a good amount of things that's searchable. There are very often going second. I just place Small World as the first card. My opponent just will not be aware what what's happening and not negate this. So I just grab Lava Golem and eat their board and auto win there. This works especially well against like Sorso, um, and other decks. And then for like other hands, for example, I'm going first. I can turn a good amount of hand traps into circular. You just do the bridge backwards. Like for example, Crow into Valor into circular, as the level 1 into Valor, then Valor Light into circular, things like those. There are also, because Ash is searchable from like Fire Mathmech into Lava Golem into Ash. So this is like Small World can also be another call by grave to just stop Max C's being used on your Mathmech combos. So technically, yeah, Mathmech, the cards Small World just connect the entire deck together, and with a little bit of support of Sided Mining to search to have additional copy of Circular and a copy of Pot of Desires. Like Desires, when I was playing Mathmech in TCG back then, I was playing a max because TCG has a semi-limited, so I was playing a max of 2 copies. But in Master Duel, due to the fact I need to have like maxi, like due to the fact I need to rely on Small World more to get access to Ash, to stop maxi and things like those, and have like bridges not being banished from the deck. I know just dropping Desires to 1, it's enough. There are not that many spaces in here because these are more needed in Master Duel format. Back then when I wasn't playing TCG, I was maxing out like the number of Desires, Mining, and Small World just to have as many searches as I can to circular. But in Master Duel format, 1 is enough. There's also Runic existing, so Desire away too many cards can be a little bit detrimental to Runic. But on the other hand, Small World is like a better replacement because you can just easily grab Ash or Bell to stop their Runic Fountain, draw any cards. And as long as Runic isn't drawing too many cards, they can't really keep up with you for several turns. Like the only card really detrimental from Runic is like there can be only one. And then extra deck. Alimbertion is the Searcher. I usually make it with only 2 level 4. With 2 material, I search any Mathmech card on summon by detaching 2. And then Laplash is the Trishula, as mentioned earlier. This is the main target you summon off Super Factorial. When it's Exceed summon, I detach up to 3 material. For each one, I can send one random card from my hand, from my opponent's hand to graveyard, a monster, or a spell trap from opponent's board to graveyard. So this card by itself can be up to 3 card, like 3 card removal by itself. And also because usually it has Diameter as a material to make it, it gets an Omni Negate for the rest of the turn. So Super Factorial Resolving can causing about like 4 card difference just by itself. And that's why the deck going first has like a super good, decent board despite it's not looking like it. Then the rest is just like the standard Cyberse extra deck package. Link Spider for Nibiru, El Mirage, for the fact you can turn any normal summon into like normal summon hand trap into a Cyberse, and also turn on your Parallel Exceed, which just any hand trap plus Parallel Exceed is also just full combo. Lingribo is also another level 4 Cyberse for traps, which can happen against like some matchups. Wicked to have access to Wicked is usually the one to surge follow-ups for Diameter. And then Jammer, Stender to attack twice. IP into Unicorn, as if you have extra extender, you can just make an IP under the Stender ending board Hiso. 2 copies of Splash Mage. Unlike in TCG back then, I had to save a spot for Avermax, so I can go IP Avermax against tier elements. In Master Duel, it's not that needed for Avermax. So I get to save another spot, and having a second copy of Splash Mage is definitely very helpful out of every other cards I can have for this spot. And Unicorn for IP, Transco, and obviously Axel for standard Cyber's cards. And then Hiso is the other one, the usually the turn one ending board monster to do things. So I guess I'll try, let me see, I guess I'll go into solo mode and just try to do a single card circular combo to demonstrate how the deck is. Wait, which one has no, let's see. I guess we'll just play one that I have played already. Mathmech. We're gonna reset until I open a copy of Circular, which isn't that hard. I am going first. There we go. One of the best hand possible. Have an Ash for Maxi. Have a Bell for Callback Grave next turn. Have another Skullmeister for Interruption, and have a Callback for other hand trap that can be thrown on the Circular. So Circular by itself, send Sigma. Oh, the hand trap I was worried about. Not happening today. And Circular Summon, send Sigma. Sigma because I have nothing here. Special Summon. Triggers Circular to search Super Vectorial, which is the Revolt. 2 monster into Alimbertion. Alimbertion on summon effect. Detach 2 into Diameter. Then normal summon Diameter. So revive any of the Mathmech, doesn't matter. 2 of the Mathmech into Wicket. Use Alimbertion, tribute yourself. Bring whatever back. Trigger Wicket to banish Alimbertion. To search another copy of Diameter. Let's follow up. Then the 2 on the top into Hiso. Hiso pay 1,000, draw a card. And then set the Revolt. Pass turn, draw phase. Hiso effect. Draw another card. So as you see, a single circular turned into a Hiso, a trap, and 2 draws. Well, and the Diameter for 4. That's what a single circular did. And then we'll just wait until my opponent pull more cards on field. Oh, sure. So whenever like my opponent put anything on the board, I can just go Super Factorial, revive 1, 2. Well, no. Let's choose 1 by 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was not expected. Okay, so if that Super Factorial resolved, I'll be able to summon Laplacian, which I will detach 2 material on the summon to send a monster my opponent controls and a hand they control. And then for the rest of the turn, when Laplacian is on the field, It's a non-negate coming from diameter, and that's how the deck really works. We'll just quit this one. And like going second, it's simple. Just try to like access goal, kill people, and yeah, pretty much. So there are other cards that I've seen people try it. Cybers. Namely, like, let me see. I've seen people try Link Disciple and Link Devotee. Where should be someone down here. And Link Devotee, this package. However, the extra Link material doesn't really do much. And because hand traps are generally better, I think going Hiso to draw additional cards or just be the better ending board to make. And then other things, I've seen people play a small package of Cold Talker, which involve a microcoder, Lady Debug, which is Cyber Searcher, and to have access to Signet Conflict as the counter trap. It's cool, but I couldn't really find spaces to fit it for both my main and extra decks, so I'm kind of still hesitating about these cards. Then talking about the total cost of the deck, really the only ultra you really need is just circular, and that's pretty much it. Like all the hand traps, yes, they are all ultra, but I'm kind of expecting you to have a good amount of them if you have been playing Master Duel. Bell might be the one you don't really have that many copies, um, but it's definitely worth the investment to craft these. And then other like the Mathmech engine cores are like pretty low rarity outside circular. Sign mining is an ultra, but there's like an easy way to get it. There is the Salomon Gray structure deck, which comes with a guaranteed copy of Sign Mining here. And also you have to buy at least one of this because it's the only way to get Hiso. So you're gonna guarantee have at least one Sign Mining. I just end up buying two and saying playing two Sign Mining is enough. So that's about it. Don't have to buy another structure deck. Also having a salad deck as like a backup, whatever, fun to play. It's not that bad. And then extra deck wise, Alan Burschen is the other ultra, but I feel like there's the pool rate for Alan Burschen is just way higher than circular. Because I dumped a good amount of gems. I got like 5 copies of Alan Burschen with no circulars. So I wasn't worried about this one. This is also only a 2-off compared to the 3-off, so it's okay. Then the rest of them were like, yes, Elmirage, IP, Unicorn, Access Code. Yeah, these are ultras, but these are very, very, if not arguably one of the most generic and popular Link monsters that you should be having. And the Cyberse ones are relatively low. Like with Splash is only a super. So is Transco. So it's not that expensive to build a whole deck. And then the only really ultras that you do might be endless crafting are worth the long-term investments. So it's actually a pretty cheap deck compared to like other ones like what Branded, which has like 30 ultras within the engine, something like that. Crazy numbers. So yeah, and then just to show my record a little bit, let me see, match history. Yeah, these are my kind of win ratio starting from, it was already Diamond 1 a couple days ago. I don't have the record before I was Diamond 1 on like the release day of these. But as you can see, even at Diamond 1, my win ratio is still pretty good from here. And then I do also have a replay that was one of the, I think it was Diamond 2 game while I was climbing. Well, if you're interested, this is my ID, 228-214-838. You can just find me on Master Duel and find this replay anytime you want. And this replay, I'll just let it play and then have fun enjoying this crazy game. And that's it. Hope everyone like it, and hope to see everyone in the future video. See ya.